everybody. My name is John Lincoln with Ignite Visibility, and today we're going to be talking about how to determine the perfect marketing budget. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can get more videos like this in the future. Okay, so the first thing to keep in mind is if you're trying to determine a marketing budget, it really should all be based off of one thing. How many goals do you need for the day, the week, the month, the quarter, and the year? So whatever amount of business you need to feed into the organization, the entire marketing budget should be based off of that. Now, the key is understanding how much you are willing to pay and how much the market is demanding that you pay in order to reach a goal. For example, you might be willing to pay $100 for a customer, but unfortunately, when you get into the ad auctions and all of the digital marketing that goes around that, it's really going to cost you somewhere around $400 a customer. If you need to get 10 customers a month, that's going to cost you $4,000 within the auction. And if you need to get 10 customers a month and you only want to pay $100, that's going to be $1,000, right? So you need to be realistic with your marketing budgets and the amount of cost for acquisition for a customer. We're going to get a lot more detailed than that, but that's just a general framework to start things off. One other thing I want to mention is if you want to grow the amount of customers you have and it costs $400 a customer, and for 10 customers, it's $4,000 a month. If you want to get 20 customers, it's $8,000 a month. If you want to get 30 customers, it's $12,000 a month. So you need to be able to scale your marketing budget. I always recommend scaling your marketing budget by at least 10% of revenue for the company. So if the company goes from $1 million to $2 million, your marketing budget goes from $100,000 to $200,000. So you're always scaling marketing budget with revenue. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into some of the specifics. What are some of the marketing costs that come up outside of just paying to get a customer through an ad network? Let's take a look at that. First, there's software. In the software bucket, you might have a customer relationship management tool. You might have online advertising software, social media software, content creation software, event marketing software, lead capture and lead generation software, marketing automation software, data reporting and analytics software, digital asset management software, team collaboration software, such as project management systems. In fact, with all the marketing campaigns that I'm involved in, pretty much everybody has software in each of these buckets. So software expense can really grow. Number two, freelancers. You might need freelancers to help you with specific tasks. Maybe graphic design, setting up analytics tracking, web development. Oftentimes, you'll bring in a freelancer for some of those things. Next, your advertising staff. Who's going to be on your team? Next, your advertising agency. You're going to have to pay them a fee. Next, your content and your blogging team. What about your public relations team? Your branding and your creative team? Every 2 years, you're going to need a new website. You're going to want to sponsor an event probably once a quarter. So how do you really map all this out? Well, the way to think about it is you want to create an annual budget that aligns around your goals. Now, keep in mind, using tools like SpyFu, SEMrush, SimilarWeb, and Pathmatics, you can see how much your competitors are spending. In addition to that, if you're a Google Premier partner or work with an agency like ourselves, we can actually see how competitive your space is and how much all of the top players are spending within every digital marketing channel. We can also see where the biggest opportunity is on the state and on the city level for your market. So at the end of the day, where does that leave you? Well, you need software expenses. You also need to have ad expenses. You need to have expenses for personnel, and then you need to have expenses for offline marketing, such as TV, radio, and events. Most marketing budgets are around 10% of revenue, and they generally scale from there. You should always be reinvesting and scaling the size of your marketing budget so that you're always driving more demand for the organization. You never want to have all of your marketing in one bucket. You always want to have 3 to 5 different sources of customer acquisition coming in. And as your program gets bigger and bigger and you start getting into the $50 million, $100 million mark, $1 billion mark, you're going to want to have more like 12, 15, 20 different sources of customer acquisition coming in. One final thought, make sure that you know the lifetime value of your customer when you're calculating how much you're willing to pay for customer acquisition. That's really important. So you just don't look at one transaction or one sign up, but how much is that customer really worth over the lifetime? That's going to make a better argument for you to spend more on your marketing. If you have any questions about setting the perfect marketing budget, go ahead and leave it below. At the end of the day, you're going to want to have line items for SEO, paid media, email marketing, social media marketing, digital PR, conversion rate optimization, website development and design, analytics, software expenses, radio, TV, and events, creative work, and more. But you can only get access to all those things as the business grows and as your budget grows. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll see you next time. Bye.